Alright, hello guys, this is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering Arena Draft video. Today we are going to do another Ikoria Lair of Behemoths. Again, I don't have enough gems for a Premier Draft, but bot drafting can do. It also gives me enough time to go over the explanations and what to do in this set. So let's begin. Pack one, pick one. Well, we opened up the most busted card in the set. Yeah, this card just warps the entire format. It's not fun to play against. It's a mythic level, uncommon at the level of the Vivian's Planeswalker in my opinion, so I guess we're just going to force a cycling deck. I mean, you don't even need to have a great cycling deck, and Zenith can just steal games, since the cycling can help you dig towards Zenith, and then shooting the opponent for like 15 is pretty insane. So it's a clear first pick. Other good cards, Splendor Mare is fine in the cycling deck, pretty good, since it can give lifelink to like a Prickly Marmoset. Still, 3-mana 3/3 lifelink is pretty solid. Pacifism, I wouldn't mind, but yeah, come on now. First picking Zenith. The best card in this pack is like Blood Curdle. There's no 1-mana cyclers, otherwise I think I would still take it over Blood Curdle, but it's the best card in this pack. Divine Arrow is not the most amazing removal spell, but sometimes in cycling, like if you're being the aggressor, you need something back on defense. There's a chance that cycling might not work out, so I could just take the best card in this pack, which is Blood Curdle. And usually that's what you want to do in drafts sometimes, to keep your options open in case your archetype is cut off. So I think I'll take a Blood Curdle here, but I really want to just draft red-white cycling since this is busted. It's a bomb, and it's easy to draft red-white cycling, but we'll take the Blood Curdle as the best card in this pack here. Prickly Marmoset versus Boneyard Lurker. Again, red-white cycling is the best archetype, so I think we just kind of lean towards it with the Prickly Marmoset. If this wasn't in this pack, I think I would take the Boneyard Lurker ASAP, since I'm a big fan of the Sultai or the black-green Reanimator decks, or Mutate, and it's pretty fun having the Boneyard Lurker getting stuff back from the graveyard, but Marmoset it is. And Snare Tactician it is. Okay, so we're just going to force it. We could end up splashing black for the Blood Curdle, so that's also a consideration. It's not very likely, but sometimes it does happen. If this wasn't in his pack, I think Zenith Healer would be solid as a 1-mana cycler. The Snare Tactician is just another payoff for these cycling decks, so we'll take another one. Another Prickly Marmoset looks good. No 1-mana cyclers. So this deck is shaping out very well. I think I'll take the Zenith Healer over Lava Serpent, even though Lava Serpent I don't mind. But the Zenith Healer is just another good 1-mana cycler for this deck. Late Unbreakable Bond, don't think the bots value this enough. Could take a Savai Crystal in case I want to splash the Blood Curdle. Also 2-mana cycler. Unbreakable Bond shouldn't be slept on. This card is very good. If you have Lava Serpents to cycle away, or Giant Sandworms, or Void Beckoners, or the Titan of Rex, just reanimating them into a giant lifelink creature is very powerful. Of course, they have to survive. They can't get bounced. They can't get killed. Otherwise, you will lose a ton of value, but it's still a very good card. And Black-Green is definitely one of my favorite archetypes in the set. If it wasn't for red-white cycling with Zenith Flare, I would be drafting this set a whole lot more, but as you know, this card just messes up the entire format, so we'll take a Savai Crystal here. Frostful Ambush, nice 1-mana cycler. Take more 1-mana cyclers. There's a Cathartic Reunion, but I still think we take the 1-mana cycler over it. I think is more important than the Cathartic Reunion, which we can always pick up later. Don't think we're ever going to end up splashing green in a cycling deck. Maybe just take an Easy Prey as a 2-mana cycler. Hopefully we don't have to end up playing it. Hate Draft the Honey Mammoth, which is kind of like the bane of cycling without the Zenith Flare, since it can gain you a ton of life, and Cathartic Reunion, always like to have one copy of these in the cycling deck. Okay, yep, straightforward. I think we have, with double Prickly Marmoset and Snare Tactician, we are geared up to just go straight red-white cycling. We're not going to mess around, try to get our 7-0 draft, and I do like Godzilla in this type of deck. Even though it is 2-mana cycle, I mean, imagine getting this as an 7-mana 8/8 trample haste. That's very good, and we are already geared up for this type of deck. It's also a card that you can cycle over and over to just use these abilities. Obviously, it doesn't go to the graveyard for Zenith Flare, but hey, it's still a very good card. Otherwise, I think a Pacifism over the Zenith Healer would be the choice here, but come on now. Flame Spill looks good, but is it better than Zenith Stinger? I think it is. Sometimes you just want a lot of removal sometimes in these red-white cycling decks, since you don't get too much very often. I guess Snare Tactician function as pseudo removal, but I think Flame Spell is enough better than Dran of Stinger. I'm just going to take it. Dran of Stinger would be perfect in this deck as a nice 2-mana cycler, a 1-mana cycler, and a 2-drop, but I think Flame Spell is better, so I think we just take it. Gotta have removal in these cycling decks. Now we can take a Dran of Stinger, easy. Also, Firefinder could help us splash for Blood Curdle, but again, we don't need to stretch ourselves too far, so we'll take a Dran of Stinger. Yeah, I think a Coordinate Charge is fine. It's a 2-mana cycler. It's on color. Just take it here. Cloud Piercer. Don't think I care. I guess we just take a 2-mana cycler anyways. I don't think we're playing any of those cards. Wolverine, sometimes you do end up playing the cycling decks, since, again, you can throw a bunch of instances and sorceries in the graveyard, and it can do a lot of work. There's also 1-mana cycler, never mind. Yeah, maybe the 1-mana cycler is just better. Now, Lava Serpent, I like the main deck as a 2-mana cycler and a good top-end creature. Guess I can take a second Cathartic Reunion in case the first one doesn't pan out. Tread Sails I like main decking too as a 2-mana cycler. Another Dran of Stinger, better than the Lava Serpent. And now we get our Spellbreaker Wolverine anyway. So yeah, this is really becoming the most. This is really disgusting. This archetype ruins the format. So it's gonna be pretty cancerous if you can end up starting with a Zenith Flare and basically turning a already good archetype into a busted S-tier mythic archetype. So, Valiant Rescuer, yep, clear easy pick, best card in a pack. Also, we're cycling, so it's going to be really disgusting. Otherwise, I think either Blitz or Pacifism or Go for Blood are reasonable, but Valiant Rescuer is easy for us. No, I guess there's a 1-mana cycler, but double Flame Spill is very good. More removals, never bad. There's also Go for Blood. Now the question is, we need to keep track of our cyclers. We have Frostville at 2, Coordinate Charge. Maybe we cycle the Lava Serpent at 2, Yadaro for 2, but it's not going to go with the graveyard. Still 2-mana cycler. Here, Starling Development, Easy Prey. Maybe we cycle Dran Healer is mostly going to end up getting cycled or cast. Could use another 1-mana cycler, but Flame Spill is just too good. Again, it's solid efficient removal. Could just take an Easy Prey. I don't think we're playing Ceratops. Yeah, maybe just put an Easy Prey to cycle for 2 mana. 1-mana cycler, that's solid. Just take another 1-mana cycler here. Brainless deck. More brainless matters, I guess. Nah, don't think I need a hate draft. I think our deck is broken enough that we just take it here. Well, this pack is drying up. Not a lot of 1-mana cyclers, but Blitz is amazing in these red-white cycling decks. There is a 1-mana cycler, but Blitz is good. We have double Flame Spill, double Starling Development, Frostfall Ambush that can power it up. I mean, we don't have too many 2-mana cyclers that are instances and sorceries, so maybe we just prefer the 1-mana cycler. We have double Flame Spill, Zenith Flare already. Maybe like Snare Tactician to tap stuff down. Let's see. How many instances and sorcery cyclers do we have? Not that many. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, it's a good card, but come on now. Let's just take a 1-mana cycler. And we'll take another one. And maybe a 2-mana cycler. Alright, so this deck is gross, it's disgusting. Now the question is, how many lands? We could just end up in 12 lands. Our curve is not very high. We don't have any giant curve toppers, except Godzilla and Lava Serpent. So we can easily cut 3. Maybe we end up in 13 or 14 lands. I think we might just end up in 13 lands. Or even 12. Okay, so favoring red a lot more than white. but we're just going to end up cycling most of the time. Definitely not cutting the one-man cyclers. I like cathartic reunions. Shred Sails is a 2-mana cycler. I like having one copy even in the 12-land deck. These 2-mana cyclers. Another 2-mana cycler that we're fine cycling for 2. So how much is 6? So that's like 15 lands already. 14, 13, 12. I can settle for 12 lands. It's not bad. It's not awful. Slightly favoring red a little bit more, but I do want to sometimes cast a Valiant Rescuer exactly on 2. We have enough cycling already. Could just cut one of these crystals and throw in a Suffocating Fumes, to be honest. We're not really looking to ramp. And we can even throw in a Wilt over the Savai Crystal, since we want to feel up this Spell Eater Wolverine at the very least. So now what? Yeah, I think we just try it out like this. Again, favoring red a lot more, but we have some early white drops that we want to cast. So yeah, let's try this. And Zenith Flare has to be our picture, of course. And 12 lands, 12 land cycling. I think we have enough cyclers that we don't care about getting our land drops too often. Even Cathartic Reunion is fine. One mana cycler, Godzilla we can cycle for 2. I think it's decent. I think we'll keep this. And then we can cycle away the starting development. We don't have any payoffs, but I guess we can cycle into them. I just want to start, and we do have 2 lands already, so it's fine. Guess everyone's playing the cycling deck, so we'll cycle our own card. We'll just say go. I could actually just cycle this Suffocating Fumes, but if I cycle this enough, I can eventually cast it for free, so we'll see. Don't know how often we're going to do it, but it is a free cycle at the very least. We get our 3rd land. Okay, Dram Stinger looks good. Now we can cycle a Frostspell Ambush end of turn. Could have the Pyrophobia thing. I forgot what that card is. The not Pyrophobia, the Fire Prophecy end of turn, but no Fire Prophecy. Marmoset. Okay, we'll cycle this 1-man cycler. Ping the opponent. Flame Spill's good, so could just Flame Spill now. Just do it now. Just getting the extra damage. Get rid of Marmoset. Get him for 2. Seems fair. Not really, but gotta pressure the opponent. Get him low enough to Zenith Flare him for 1,000,000. Snare Tap Petition. Okay. They call it the Snare Tap Petition. I don't disagree with that. Sure, I don't care. Quick Cathartic Reunion. But now we'll just cycle another 2-mana cycler. I think we just want to ping the opponent as much as possible with this Grand Appealer. These cycling decks are getting really out of hand. Okay, so next turn I guess you'll just kill this, that's fine. We can start fueling up our Zenith Flare. Opponent might just turn the corners. He doesn't attack. I don't know what's going on. Why don't you attack opponents? I actually might prefer land here, so maybe we just throw away the cycler cards. Shred Sails, Frostveil Ambush can go. I just want to hit our land drops, but we're not hitting them, so at least it goes to yard. Eventually we can hit them for 14 with the Zenith Flare, close out the game. Okay, that's fine. Play my own Snare Tactician. Keep a 1-mana cycler to cycle away to play on defense. Hopefully he doesn't kill this. Okay, sure, he's gonna tap me down, but I can tap his stuff down. Could maybe just cycle a bunch of stuff. Like I can shoot him for 14 eventually. He has a 4-mana Zenith Flare that he can use. And pre-combat, we're just going to cycle our Frostfell Ambush to prevent 2 damage from happening. I'll just do it now. Like, there's no point in like holding back. This can't even attack. It doesn't have haste, so we don't care about the Flourishing Fox. And I think I'll use the Flame Spell on the Fox main phase. There's no way he can get above 4 power. This type of deck. Just do it now. Why not? There's no way in hell he can just grow this, outgrow this. Then I guess we can attack for 2 since our Zenith Flare is lethal next turn. Of course, he just cycles and pings me. We can just cycle back. So if I get land next turn, I cycle a 2-drop, I can shoot him for 1,000,000. So we'll just cycle here. Doesn't matter. It's still going to do 2 damage. So land is good since, ooh, we can play land, cycle, shoot him for 11 if he taps out. Or we can just keep Zenith Flare for it. Maybe I just move the tax and tap both cards down, cycle twice, and then he could have his own Zenith Flare to counter mine, that's what I'm afraid of. So we're just going to move the tax here. Because I do want him to tap out, essentially. Like, how much does he have a Zenith Flare for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, sure. We're going to let him have this turn. We're going to start tapping. Guess I can still cast a Spell Eater Wolverine. But he probably has enough 2-mana cyclers, so I think we'll just pass. And then we can just cycle both of these cards. Do I cycle the Lava Serpent or the Frostfell Ambush? I can cycle any of them, to be honest. Might take the damage here. Because, like, he could Zenith Flare in response to my Zenith Flare, we'll see. Okay, just don't Zenith Flare me here. Yeah, he could just Zenith Flare me in response, but I think I need to make the biggest Zenith Flare ever. He might not have it, since if he had it, he would have fired it off already, I think. Or he's just baiting me, I don't know. He might just be baiting me, like, just to troll me. Now we just cycle everything we got, then shoot him for, like, 16 out of nowhere. Yeah, let's just fire it off now, because he could just draw into it. Okay. Hopefully he doesn't find his own Zenith Flare. Alright, so this last card he's gonna draw, cycle into. If he gets his own Zenith Flare, then I'm dead. No, yes. Well, there you go, 16 to the face. So the only way a Zenith Flare deck loses is by another Zenith Flare deck. That's so stupid. Yeah, this archetype is dumb. This archetype is so stupid. It shouldn't even be illegal, to be honest. I just shot the opponent for 16 in the face with a Zenith Flare. We have a Zenith Flare, a bunch of 2-mass Cyclers. I think it's okay. We're gonna draw. Yeah, we'll try this. I guess the only way we can lose is if the opponent out-aggroes us or puts like a Quartzwood Crasher. I think we'll cycle the Frostwell Ambush in the turn, just dig deeper, power up our Zenith Flare, shoot him for 16 in the face, like the last game. Sure, don't care. He can mutate onto this for 1, but I don't really care. Sure. Okay, I think we'll just keep up Flame Spill, see what the opponent does. I guess he could mutate a Great Horn onto this, and that can be pretty annoying. Do want to keep up Flame Spill, and the turn I could just cycle away Godzilla. Or just the Suffocating Fumes, we'll see. We'll take it here. Yeah, that needs to get Flame Spilled. I'm happy that he tapped out for it. Here we'll just cycle. Could cycle Godzilla. Or I'd just rather just cycle the Suffocating Fumes, I think. Opponent's stuck on lands, so he could just activate the Ivy Elemental end of turn. But I'm happy just cycling here. Bicycle. Bicycle. Finally, we have a creature. Let's cast it. Might just cast this as a 7/7/8/8 Trample Haste. Sure, I might Zenith Flare that now. That's quite a scary card. I can always just play the Snare Tactician and tap it. I think I might do that instead. We'll see. Don't think I want to use Zenith Flare this preemptively, so we'll see what the opponent does here. Cycle the ambush trick. Might even just cast the 8/8 next turn, just to get in for like 8s. I don't know. He has a trick here. Do I just go for it still? Guess he's gonna get that flying. That's fine. Might have to Zenith Flare the Shark. Or I can just cast a Lava Serpent and hopefully get a 1-mass Cycler to tap it down. Okay, that's not bad. I guess I can cast a Lava Serpent, use a 1-mass Cycler. So we'll just try to get a huge chunk of damage, and then we can Zenith Flare him to death. Archipelago would have been lethal, I think. What's the opponent thinking here? Charge, okay. I don't know why he doesn't kill the Lava Serpent. I guess he doesn't mind taking 5, but I can Zenith Flare him to death. So, doesn't matter casting the Godzilla or the Zenith Flare. I think the Zenith Flare is better. Don't think there's any trick he can use here to blow me out. And then we can just cycle away the Zenith Stinger. Cycle away the Starling development. And I don't think there's any counters to this. We'll cycle again. This is 4 mana, we have 5, so... Alright, and then we can just shoot him for a 12. And there's no counter spells here, so... Yep. The card is stupid. And try countering 11 to the face. Yep. Zenith Flare. Very fun and interactive card. Welcome to Ikoria Draft. Well, do I cast a Drown of Healer? I mean, I have a bunch of 2-mana cyclers. I think I'll keep. I might just cast a Drown of Healer, to be honest. Like, it's still a 2-drop. And it can heal me, get me out of range from dying. Or I can just cycle it, but it's always good to have these 2-drops in this cycling deck. And it can be an okay chump blocker. So I don't mind casting it, not going to cycle it. And we got a 3rd land drop, so that's really nice. And next turn, I guess we can start cycling. We even have Flame Spill up to answer any scary threats. I guess there's a 2-mana ambush trick here that the opponent could have in this deck, but we'll still attack. Like, I don't care about Cunning Night Bonder. If he flashes something in, then that's fine. I guess end of turn we'll just cycle a 2-mana card or 1-mana, or keep up Flame Spill. Flame Spill can be pretty powerful. Ooh, that's a good creature to Flame Spill, so happy I kept all my mana up. So, don't think I need to main phase it here. Hit our land drops, so that's good. Guess we cycle a 2-mana cycler in case we get the Drown of Stinger. I could cycle a 1-mana cycler in case I hit Snare Tactician, but I can always do it next turn. End of turn, we're going to cycle a 2-mana cycler. Ensure that we keep digging through our deck, even though it's fodder. It's nice ammo for the Tactician. Opponent's like an Assault Time Mutate deck from the looks of it. Could be holding up a counter spell next turn, but if he needs to counter my Tactician, then so be it. Yeah, red-white cycling is very annoying. I'm sorry, opponent. Sometimes the deck chooses you, you don't choose the deck. Get in there for 2. If he has a flash ambush creature, I don't care. It's not a big deal. I'm fine trading off a 2-2 for life. Right, let's cast this. See if it resolves. Probably not, since he's keeping up 3 mana the whole time. Sure. I think we can cycle our 1-mana cycler end of turn. Just keep digging through the deck. Spell Eater Wolverine's nice, even though I would love a land to cycle into. I think we just cast it here. Since if the opponent does attack, I can get back for double with 3/6 power to his face. So this kind of forces him not to attack. He has to keep this back as a blocker for the most part. So opponent's playing like the blue-green Sotai Mutate deck. He could be splashing black for the removal half, while the rest of the creatures are like mutating. So that's a really nice deck I do like. I think that deck is definitely fair in this set. Compared to cycling. If I'm taking 4, we can always just cycle to gain life. We can attack him for 2. Just a pressure. Marmoset isn't bad, but I think I'll attack him for 2, see what happens. I think we gain enough life that we're not scared. I'm fine just playing out the Marmoset here. He could just use up his counter spells. I just want him to just use up all of them, so he can't counter Zenith Flare. if he has the Convolute. But he's definitely been keeping up a lot of mana. The Avian Oddity can give this flying, sure. I guess now our Shred Sails can kill it, so that's actually really cool. That's why I like main decking the Shred Sails sometimes, since it can answer a potential 4-mana 4/4 flyer. It still goes to the yard, so I'm happy if he wants to keep this back as a blocker and use a combat trick on this Prickly Marmoset, because I can just respond with Shred Sails and that can kill it. Opponent does have a very good deck. Like, these are all cards I'm happy to play in the blue-green mutate deck. And the Wolf Bear, especially with like the humans theme, is really scary. If you like to curve out Humble Naturalist into Exuberant Wolf Bear, it can definitely steal the game. Boot Nipper, I don't care. Let that resolve. Think we take 4. Opponent might keep up counter spells. Ooh, Godzilla. But I think I'd rather just cycle away the easy prey here. I can't cast this, so we're just going to cycle away the easy prey. I think it's fine for me to trade my Draft Healer, even though it does gain me life. I do need to get rid of this Boot Nipper. It's a bit of a nuisance, so let's get in there. Let's Shred Sails here. Let's just get rid of this stupid Wolf Bear before it becomes a nuisance. So there you go. On-color Cyclers are also great, since they can kill a creature the opponent never knew about. So opponent's definitely behind here. We also have like Godzilla to cycle. So I guess the opponent's just going to take it this turn, and we can Zenith Flare him next turn. So that's pretty gross. I'm sorry, opponent, if you're watching this video. I don't force this. I mean, this is not personal. It's just that, like, this set sucks. Therefore, cards like Zenith Flare just get out of hand. I don't know if he can actually win this. We'll cycle Godzilla. I don't think we need him. We're not going to cast him anytime soon. This is 6 damage to the face. So this deck is just completely busted here. I don't think the opponent can win at this point. Maybe hold it. Could have held on to land, but I want to cycle away the 1-drop. Well, I guess Dot Seize is pretty bad. Well, he's going to hit us for 7, but we don't care. We just Zenith Flare in the face and win. So this is fine. Yeah, I'm sorry, opponents. I don't really... This is not, again, not very personal, but... Again, this set is really badly designed for Standard and for Limited, so we're just going to shoot you for 8 here, just end the game. Yep. Yeah, it's not very fun and interactive, but that's Ikoria draft. If you want to get to 7 wins, just make sure you're lucky enough to get that Zenith Flare, and force the easiest archetype to draft and the best archetype. I mean, there's a bunch of 1-mana cyclers. I don't hate it. Like, we can also just use the Cathartic Reunion to discard. I don't mind keeping these 1-landers with all this cycling going on. We're also on the draw, so I'm actually not against stuff like this. Land is good. Could Cathartic Reunion, discarding 2. It's not bad. Like, it does help us dig deeper. Could just cycle a 2-mana cycler and take it slow. But, I mean, this isn't bad. I mean, I could maybe want to discard a land later, but lands are actually not bad since we do have, like, the turtle. So we'll just do it now. Get rid of these 2-mana cyclers we don't care about. Just want to ensure that we keep hitting our land drops and playables. Dig deeper into our deck, because I don't know when we're going to cast Cathartic Reunion, to be honest. It could take years. Opponent could be Black-Green Reanimator, since he is throwing the Greater Sandworm. We'll see what mana he plays. Okay, so he could be Black-Green Reanimator with the Unbreakable Bond. That's a fine card. I don't think I care about. I could just hold up. I could just Flame Spill this end of turn. We'll see. If he mutates onto us, that's fine. I'm fine discarding a Cycler. I do want to kill this so I can drop my Dram Stinger and start pinging him. If he mutates a Cavern Whisperer, I'm going to be pretty happy here. Please mutate. Okay, Boneyard Lurker. That's fine. He gets back at 7/7. We don't have to discard anything. But eventually he's going to get to turn 7 with this. So we do need to kind of like finish the game quickly in a sense. But Flame Spill is always great. Nice 2-for-1. Now we can play the Dram Stinger and start pinging the opponent. Oh, just doing this main phase so we can hit a land drop and cycle again if possible. But nope. Hopefully he doesn't get to turn 7, because these cards are scary. I guess I have a Pacifism in the deck to lock him down, but he is cycling to hit his land drops, essentially. I guess he has like Unbreakable Bond, which is also pretty annoying. Could Flame Spill that, get damage across, but I don't think I care. I think again we just want to cycle. Play the Mountain. Cycle end of turn, we'll see. I don't know if I even want to put Godzilla back into my deck, since I can almost cast this. And it also helps me dig deep. And also I just want to dig deeper towards Zenith Flare in this matchup. So happily take 2. Not blocking. Wordy Aggressor. Well, I guess we can kill the whatever he plays. Yeah, this only deals damage to opponents. So I guess we can Flame Spill it. And then attack for 2. Yeah, Vivian's gross. I don't think I can beat Vivian.
Diversity is our greatest strength.
Cycle of Coordinate Charge. Guess I can just ping him to death. Maybe. Do we even attack Vivian? I might not even attack Vivian, to be honest, since I don't think we can kill him fast enough. So we're just going to attack for 2 here, play the second Dram Stinger, and just start pinging him to death. I think that's the game plan. I don't think we can win with just by racing against attacking Vivian. It's pretty gross with the minus ability, though. I guess the game plan is just to cycle until I find Zenith Flare. Maybe that's just the game plan, and then we can just forget about all this. I don't know why he didn't minus. I guess he just wants to make a 6/6. Yep, that's going to be pretty hard to beat. Guess I can take 6. Next turn we can chump. Maybe hit our Zenith Flare and steal the game. Gotta take 11, maybe even 14 if possible. This is not going great. If I pick up a Snare Tactician, I might be a little bit happier. But with this going on, ooh, Snare Tactician's great. Yeah, that might just help us buy some time. We can start tapping down his 6/6 and his 11/11. Eventually, buy some time, get back Zenith Flare, kill the opponent. Could have rammed through, that would be pretty gross since he can trample over and deal damage with it. But opponent seems to have a pretty fun deck with Vivian. Okay, I guess he's going to make more creatures. I don't think we're going to win by attacking. I think we're going to win by cycling, mostly. Is he looking to mutate onto the Godzilla? I think that's fine.
Savagery loves company.
He can play that. I don't think I care. Hopefully he doesn't have like another Mamba he can mutate onto to kill my 2/2s. That's fine, I don't care. So how much? I guess I need to find Zenith Flare to essentially just steal this game. But we're just gonna cycle main phase here, start pinging the opponent down, tapping his attackers. So this game basically, essentially, Zenith comes down to Zenith Flare versus Vivian, and I think Zenith Flare could win, but need to be careful here. Next turn I can just keep up all my cycling. Spell your Wolverine, okay. I could double block, but I'm just fine taking 3 for now. Opponent's just looking to close out the game quickly, I think. Yeah, I think we just take it here. I could trade off my Dranith Stingers, but we can use them as chump blockers next turn. 3 isn't the end of the world. Sure, the opponent... Okay, that's 8. Okay, well, that's game over. Well, Zenith Flare versus Vivian, who wins? I guess it's Zenith Flare. We're not going to cast it, we're going to cycle this. Ping to the opponent. Yeah. Good game. Zenith Flare beats Vivian. This is proof that Zenith Flare is almost on the same power level of Vivian. Yep, very fair and balanced archetype, guys. So draft that Zenith Flare. Might even take it over Vivian. That's as insane. That's a very insane suggestion. Knowing how stupid this archetype is, just being able to tap the opponent's big attacking creatures and shooting them for 8 in the face, essentially. Well, Rescue on 2, it's game over, I guess, if he doesn't answer it, and then even then I have a Stinger to maybe follow up to start pinging him down. I think, are we on the draw? I mean, we'll see. I forgot I didn't read anything. But yeah, with all these one-mass cyclers, this Valiant Rescuer is pretty gross. Guess we're on the draw, but that's fine. Hopefully I can just cast my Valiant Rescuer. I'll save the one-mass cyclers, don't think I need to use them right away. It's just very good with the Valiant Rescuer. That's fine. Hopefully he doesn't answer my Valiant Rescuer. Yeah, let's just play the Valiant Rescuer here and basically steal the game if this doesn't get answered. So just make a bunch of 1/1s. Ooh, there we go. Dead weight. That's a good one. That's fine. Opponent can attack in for 1. Maybe I should have left with the Dranith Stinger. I don't know. They're both close. Actually not close. Maybe I should just play Dranith Stinger first. Yeah, maybe I should have just done Draft Stinger, since I can, on turn 3, cast a Valiant Rescuer and make 1/1. So it wasn't smart of me casting that. Well, there we go. Best card in the set. We can still take 3. We can just, I guess, cycle this for 2. I can even cast this Draft Healer, to be honest. Can actually help us stabilize, gain a little bit of life. And we can also chump block with it, so I don't mind casting this. Take 3 here, start cycling away, shoot him down with a Zenith Flare. We can even use this to chump. Heat Bonder, okay, that's a card. I don't really like the Heat Bonder a lot. Guess I can take 3 this turn. Opponent could just steal this game. Might have to Zenith Flare to Heat Bonder, as weird as it sounds. But we will cycle here, definitely. Do I do it? I think I have to. I mean, the opponent's also low on cards. I don't really want him gaining life. I can just get in for 4 here. So it's pretty nice here, and then we can even win with like the Lava Serpent maybe. And double Stinger. And I do have a Cathartic Reunion to discard lands later. Opponent's attacking with both creatures, okay. So, you're asking for it. Okay, I guess he's blocking it. I'm just going to cycle this Frostveil Ambush to ping the opponent for 2 here. Ooh, even the Wilt, that's very good. And I can essentially even cast the Lava Serpent on turn 6, so that's very nice. If I play the land with the extra cycler, that would have been nice too, but I guess I can just play it now. End of turn, we can cycle. Tiger, that's a good one. Guess now he can just tap down my Lava Serpent. Take 6. Opponent's afraid that I can just kill him, so I think I'm fine taking 6. I can start gaining life again, start pinging the opponent. Lost my Zenith Flare, but I think we can get by just by attacking. And the Lava Serpent should do a huge amount of damage next turn. And we'll just cast the Lava Serpent, get in there for 5. Don't think I'm sending in anyone else, just send in the Lava Serpent. I'm happy for this chump if he wants to go for it. Okay, wow, that's brave. I guess he's going to keep this back behind next turn. I'm going to take 6 here. I don't want to block with the Draft Healer or the Day Squad Marshal. That's a good pacifism. Guess we just need to cycle 4 times to win. Flame Spill is good. Let's cycle first. Could just Flame Spill a token, I guess, and that's game over, since that's exactly 3 damage. Yeah, this deck is so busted. It's not very fun to play against. Very fun and interactive. Okay, so currently Right, so 5-0. Let's maybe get our 7-0 with this dumb cycling deck. Alright, Dram Stinger on 2, another Dram Stinger, and we just keep picking them. Easy deck, easy game. That last game I should have maybe led with a Stinger so he can kill it, and then I can use a Valiant Rescuer to start generating 1/1s. I think maybe that was the better plan. So this is looking good. We can cast both of these, start cycling, start pinging the opponent, start dishing out some damage, get our Zenith Flare, and finish them off. Could even cycle the Starling development, like, I don't know, it's an extra ping. We're mostly going to cycle our 2-mana cyclers, but I guess on turn 3 we might get an extra land for the cycle, so we can leave with 2-drop, and then cycle. So I think we're going to hold on to Starling development. These 1-mana cyclers are just very important to ping the opponent as much as possible, because red-white is looking to be hyper-aggressive. Okay, I don't care about Gremlin. This card is not even that great. So I guess our Dram Stinger is just going to hold it off. And yep, hopefully next turn we can get a land so we can Dram Stinger and Starling development. Or we can just take it slow, just play both out, stay back, maybe deal 1, maybe attack for 2. I might not even attack, or I can just offer to trade for the Dram Stingers. Ooh, land is good. I guess we can play the Dram Stinger first. Attack with both, see if they offer to trade, and then if he does, I can just Starling development and ping him twice. Yeah, that's fine. Then we can cycle the Starling development, get him for 2, get rid of his own Dram Stinger. Because eventually we're just going to have to trade anyways to kind of outrace the opponent. So now the question is, who has the better red-white cycling deck? I don't want him to kill this, because I do want to start pinging him even more. Now he has the Broken Flourishing Fox, okay. I think I'm still going to attack him for 2 here. I'm fine if he wants to trade a Flourishing Fox. There's no way in hell I'm actually going to keep this back on defense, since it essentially, he's definitely not going to block. I have nothing to gain here. So this card can be very scary. If he makes this into a giant creature, I need to eventually find an answer to it. So, let's see. I guess maybe we can just dig and get our Zenith Flare and close out the game with enough pings, or maybe Pacifism can answer the Flourishing Fox. Cloud Piercer, okay, that's going to hit pretty hard. That's not a card I want to see, but I don't actually want to chump. Can we outrace all this? I don't think we can. Can Cathartic Reunion to dig deeper? I might actually just do that instead. Keep our 1-mana cyclers, because I do need to find like Zenith Flare to finish this game. Ooh, there it is. So we just need to cycle a million times. I think I can take the damage. But I'm fine cycling 1 this turn. And then end of turn we can cycle a million times. I don't think he has lethal. If he has Zenith Flare, then I could just be dead here. That would have been great. No, I don't think he can kill me with Zenith Flare, so we're just going to pass, cycle twice, and then Zenith Flare him for 9, essentially, and just win the game. So this card is really just disgusting. I mean, I'm not supposed to win this game, I don't think, if it wasn't for this card. The opponent just has a better board presence. He has, obviously, a Flourishing Fox, Luca, even a Cloud Piercer he mutated onto. I'm not supposed to win. But do the Zenith... Oh, that might change things up, I guess. I guess that's fine. Okay, that's not good. So he's going to gain a life. So I essentially need to top deck a 1-mass cycler here. And then, or a land, I guess, to shoot him for 10. BC's gonna go up to 10. Okay, I could lose this. Or I could just chump block next turn. Is that gonna do it? Maybe. I could just Flame Spill and chump. I could Zenith Flare for 9 and cycle one more time and kill him. Huh. I guess we'll just Zenith Flare here. This is very close. Do I risk it here? Like, if I don't get a land, I'm basically screwed. I think we hold on for a turn, Zenith Flare him in the face. I don't think I block. Okay, that's not good. So what do I need to do now? He's also just gonna ping me. Untap ping. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna be at 15. I'm not gonna win this, so I think I need to Zenith Flare to face now. And Flame Spill and kill him, I guess. But I do need to have a small creature. I guess if he just cycles once, yeah, okay, this is game over since I can just Flame Spill and kill him. 9, 10, 11. I guess if he plays a land and cycle one more time, I'm dead. But with Flame Spill, it's basically a good game. So, please don't cycle one more time. Just Flame Spill this. Oh, does he have a 1-mass cycler? He is holding priority. Oh my god, good game. Yeah, nice, nice. Okay, so the opponent got me there. That was close. If he didn't have the 1-mass cycler, I would have killed him. But I think Zenith Flaring the face was correct. I could have maybe, I could have cycled for a land, but it was not that safe. Since if I did cycle and try to hit my land, then I would basically essentially lose. I could still, like, shoot him for 9, take the hits, and then next turn cycle and deal 1 damage and finish him off. Very close game, but almost got there. But let's continue on. 5-1. I think we're gonna get to 7 pretty easily with this type of deck. That Cloud Piercer really stole the game from the opponent, and actually the healer did. I think without the healer, the opponent would have trouble. We're on the draw. We have Zenith Flare, Flame Spill, Marmoset. I think we mulligan. Like, sure, we can cycle this for 1 mana, but it's gonna take us a while. So I think we mull here. This is not a good hand, but as long as we can play Rescuer on 2, it's good. What do we bottom? Could just bottom, I don't know, the Wolverine. Wolverine can be pretty good in this deck. Maybe the 2-mana cycler, since we're bound to always get one, usually in this type of deck. Okay, I think I'm forced to cycle this Frostfell Ambush. I hate going down a card in these decks, but that last hand didn't seem too good. It might have been actually better than this one. So hopefully I can get a land here. Land is good. So we're good here. We can drop the Valiant Rescuer. And hopefully it doesn't have an answer to it, and we can start cycling and getting value off of it. Making those 1/1s. Farfinder is good. That can hold back the Valiant Rescuer, but... Alright, might cycle the Godzilla instead, but yeah, just cycle the Easy Prey. I don't really want to shuffle this back. And I do want to hit my land drops. No land drops. Okay, we'll just stay back again. So this is going to be a long, grindy matchup. The opponent could be splashing for the 4-drop. The Felidar that can make vigilance stuff, tap stuff down, which can be pretty scary. That's a strange attack. I'm not blocking it, like, there's no reason to. I guess he has a Felidar here for 4 mana. Oh, Migration Path. I actually don't mind him cast Invite. Actually, it's not that great since I don't actually want him to get too much. Okay, so this is gonna cycle. We're just gonna make a bunch of 1/1s. Cathartic Reunion. Might have to cast a Cathartic Reunion next turn just to find some lands. Because we are kind of getting screwed here. Maybe ditch the Lava Serpent. Ditch the Godzilla. Or ditch the Wolverine, I don't know. Maybe ditch the Wolverine because it doesn't even attack past the Moscow Goriak that well. Keensight. Okay, so opponent's going for a Vigilance theme. That's going to be kind of annoying. That already has Vigilance. I don't know why he's giving it Vigilance. He could have gave the Humble Naturalist Vigilance. Actually, I guess that was a human, so he's going to start growing his Vigilance dudes. So I think we're still fine here. Ooh, land is good. That might change things. Tactician. Marmoset isn't bad. We're kind of behind on board, but maybe we can kind of outgrind the opponent with these chump blockers. Feldar, okay, he had it. So this is my Zenith Flare target, I guess. Since now he can just start tapping my stuff down and growing the Keensight Mentor. Actually hoping that he does tap out for it, because I need to answer this. Otherwise it's just going to steal the game. This can become a 3/3 because he's planning to tap the Keensight Mentor. I don't mind throwing the far... If he's blocking using the Farfinder, then that's going to imply something, since it doesn't really attack well into the Prickly Marmoset. Yeah, I guess the Moscow Goria is his only good attack. Man, he actually drafted it. Well, So I guess the Flame Spill can answer the Keensight Mentor. We need Zenith Flare to answer the Frondland Felidar eventually. Yeah, no blocks here. He's just going to activate it at instant speed. Okay. This is gross. So how do I win this? This is bad. This is going to become a 4/6. Guess we just make a bunch of 1/1s. Maybe have to Cathartic Reunion away the Snare Tacticians. Maybe we have to do that. Just because we have to find an answer to this Frontland Feldar. And maybe we can just start cycling away some 1-mana cyclers. Dig us deeper. Or we just lose here. The Feldar is just a bomb. Sometimes in these decks. We'll just say go. This is is going to have 7 toughness, so I do need to kill this. This isn't good. Could chump up a 1/1. Could throw everything in front of this Farfinder. I don't mind blocking the Prickly Marmoset. I guess the Marmoset's pretty good against this Farfinder since I can get it within first strike range. He's even attacking with a Humble Naturalist. Don't know why he's not attacking with the Almighty Brushwag. This could imply like a combat trick of some sort, maybe like a fight as one, which would be pretty bad. Sure. Yeah, this is really gross. I guess I also need like Flame Spill to deal with this eventually. So opponent's deck is really good. Maybe chump block this 5 power and throw all my 1/1s in front of this Humble Naturalist. Could just be the play. But we're just taking too much at this point. Taking 7, and then he can start tapping our stuff down even more. Alright, not looking good. Guess I can... yeah, this Zenith Flare is going to take a long time to get going. Not really happy about this matchup, to be honest. Since I have a busted deck as well. Even the Will of the All Hunter, wow. Yeah, I think this is just game over. Opponent stole it. Good job, opponent. We had a busted cycling deck, but the felidar are just so insane if you can get going. And a keensight mentor, so he had a lot of synergy. This should have been maybe like 6-0. I mean, at least 7-1, I think. But that last opponent just stole it. The frondland felidar is so good. Even with us making a bunch of 1/1s, just the keensight mentor and then felidar was just so broken. I guess you have to curve out perfectly into the felidar. Otherwise, yeah, I think we would have maybe stabilized. But hopefully we could get the 7 wins with this deck because it is a 7-win deck. Well, I guess we can cycle 1 Mass Cycler, throw in Godzilla, get our land draw for Marmoset. I think that's fine. Maybe we shouldn't even have mulligan that last game. Did the opponent go down to 6? Okay. So we have the mulligan. So we have a bit of card advantage at our doorsteps. Cycle. Ooh, Dranif Stinger? Just cast a Dranif Stinger. You can Essence Scatter, I don't care. We have some scary 3-drops coming for you, opponent. White, blue doesn't have much removal besides like pacifism, and he just totally tapped out. So I think it's fine throwing in a Snare Tactician here. I could be wrong. Maybe Marmoset could be better because it hits harder. And if he does use removal, I'd rather have him use removal on the Marmoset. I mean, he could be pulling up counterspell, and this is a good turn to tap out. I mean, double blue might imply counterspell, so we'll play the Snare Tactician here. Risk it. I'd rather have the Marmoset die, since the Tactician is a very important component in the cycling deck. If the opponent stays back with all the mana, that might imply something, but I guess I can lead with a Marmoset to see what he does. Caprador, I don't really care, we can tap that down. But he does have a good block on this Snare Tactician. But I think we can just play a Marmoset now. Maybe next turn we just start cycling and going off. And the Snare Tactician can be used on defense if he tries the Divine Arrow shenanigan with the Stormwild Caprador. Keensight Mentor on the flyer, that's annoying. So we can start growing this, but I guess we can start tapping it down in response. Let's cycle away the Wilt. I think we'll tap the Stormwall Cap, this Keensight Mentor. I mean, he already played it this turn, so he can't activate it as Summoning Sickness. And we'll save a 1-mana Cycler for, I don't know, the or we can use a 2-mana Cycler end of turn. And I could just on upkeep use the cycle to see if the opponent wants to tap his Keensight Mentor down. Do I want to? I mean, I think I'm more interested in tapping down the Stormwild Caprador more than anything, so I think we can just pass, cycle, I don't know, Godzilla, end of turn. Actually, it takes red to cycle, so may just cycle the easy prey. Don't care about that, we can block it pretty nicely. First strike, okay, I guess you can pump the Helica Glider. Guess we just tap here. And I think I might as well tap the flyer now so he doesn't get in for 2 points of damage. And if he wants to use a Mentor to also just upgrade it, that's fine as well. Do we need a Drannith Healer? Probably not. I don't think I care about a Drannith Healer. Flame Spill is good. We'll just Zenith Flare. Do we Zenith Flare? I think we move the attacks first. I can attack with all, and if the opponent decides to block my Drannith Stinger and activate, then I can, in response, use Flame Spill and kill it. And I can kill the Farfinder as well. Solid footing. I guess I can Flame Spill in response now. He can activate the Keensight Mentor, trade for my Drannith Stinger, but at least I can get rid of it. Well, he doesn't activate it. Okay. So that was bad since he could have activated it, blocked off my Drannith Stinger, but okay. Sure. I guess it's now 7-2, 6-2. Hopefully this final boss isn't a headache, and I can just Zenith Flare him in the face for victory. Okay, 6-2. Let's get our 7 wins. Let's not waste any time. One-man cycler. Spell your Wolverine isn't bad. We can also grow it, so I think we keep this. We have 2 lands. 2 lands is good. We can cycle away the footfall craters. Opponent's playing a Giganta deck, but he still needs to pay the tax due to the whole requirement cost now in effect. I think I'll cycle away like Suffocating Fumes on turn 2 just to ensure that I can get an instance and sorcery in the graveyard. So red-white cycling as well, but with Giganta as a companion. Okay. Still costly. I guess the Marmoset's better since it can attack past the Strand of Stinger, Strand of Healer, and I can still use the one-man cycler and maybe cast Spell Eater Wolverine if I top deck a land next turn. Huh. Let's move the tax. See what the opponent does. I think I cycle a one-man cycler first, since if I do get a land, I can cast a Wolverine. If not, I can still get in there for 6. I do want to kind of pressure the opponent here. I know he can cycle back and hit, but I do have Zenith Flare to finish the game, so if he doesn't block, eventually I can just win. Another one-man cycler would be nice off the top, so I can play my Spell Eater Wolverine. Okay, the Valiant Rescuer could be an issue. I might have to play defense now, since he can just make a bunch of one-man chump blockers. And he probably will, so... Okay. This isn't bad. Maybe attack and see what happens. That's fine. That implies the opponent has more cyclers. So we're just going to play a Prickly Marmoset out. Cycle away Coordinate Charge, end of turn. Or we can just trade. I don't mind trade with the Prickly Marmosets, to be honest, since I have one back. You can just make a bunch of 1/1s, but this is quite annoying. Eventually I need the Wolverine to start just pressuring the opponent. In this case, I just cycle away the Godzilla or the Coordinate Charge. Coordinate Charge is a sorcery. It helps with the Zenith Flare, so we'll cycle away Godzilla. That's fine. It's a trade I'm willing to do. And if he wants to cycle, that's also fine. Does he even have a cycler? He has to have a cycler if he's making this attack. It's a little bit odd for him to do that, to not use a cycler and trade, so. Trade is good. We can play the Spell Eater Wolverine next turn and start double striking maybe. Okay, let's attack. Move to attacks. If he doesn't, I guess I can cycle away the Coordinate Charge and the Frostveil Ambush. We'll see. Removal will be bad here if he picks up, I don't know, like Fire Prophecy. Could cycle the 2-mana cycler end of turn. Like eventually we do need to fuel up this Zenith Flare. I don't think we need to cycle more than once with a Prickly Marmoset. The tax is really nice for the companion since he needs to still pay the 3 cost. And then we can still the Tactician, okay, sure. I don't like this card. It's so annoying. So the final boss has to be a draft, of course, a cycling deck. And he's just going to tap down our creature. He's going to start pressuring us. Do I cycle the coordinate charge? I think I do. Like, I can hit him for a lot, but he's most likely just going to tap down this Spell Eater Wolverine, but this might just steal the game, the Valiant Rescuer with a Snare Tactician that the opponent has. Flame Spill is good. I think we just Flame Spill now. Could Flame Spill the Valiant Rescuer. I think we Flame Spill the Valiant Rescuer here. This implies he doesn't have a Cycler because he would have made a token off of it. I think we just moved attacks. Could have played the Draft Stinger first, since I'm looking to cycle to dish out a bunch of damage. I could also just cycle the Dreaded Stinger to do the extra damage, do 2 more damage. That might even be better. Yeah, let's cycle away the Snare Tactician. I think we can maybe steal this game with Zenith Flare. Yeah, we can steal it with Zenith Flare totally. Opponent would need Cyclers again to deal with our threats, but I think we can cycle enough to kill the opponent. Does he have his own Zenith Flare? He probably does. Come on, you have to have it. So how much is this? This Frostfall Ambush and cycle. I can always just play a Snare Tactician instead and start cycling, play defense. Yeah, let's do that instead. Because I do want to tap these 2 cards down to prevent all the damage next turn, and then we can maybe shoot him for 9 with the Zenith Flare. Does the opponent have his Zenith Flare? Come on, don't hide it, opponent. I could maybe just move to combat first. I don't know. I guess the 2-mana cycle is fine here. Yeah, he has 2 cyclers. Yeah, this game is close. Don't know if it's... But this Snare Tactician might save us. But if the opponent has his own Zenith Flare again, it's just game over, so... There's not much we can do about it. I mean, unless... I guess if we survive next turn, there's a chance we could just Zenith Flare him in the face and win the game. And I just hope he doesn't have it. Because this is the type of scary deck with the Zenith Flare. Let's have the opponent move to combat. We can Snare Tactician and tap both of these down. And I think I'll just cycle again, just to ensure that he doesn't have removal to get the 2 damage across. And I just want to cycle as much as possible to power up the Zenith Flare and kill him. Okay, so hopefully I get another Cycler, because if he does tap down all 3 of my creatures, I'm going to have a bit of an issue firing off the Zenith Flare. Okay, Draft Healer is not good. Okay, I guess we cycle the Draft Healer to prevent a blocker from fruitioning. And a Shred Sails looks good. We'll just move to attacks. We'll see what the opponent does. Please just cycle once. Okay, that's 1 cycle. Okay, so hopefully he doesn't have a 2-mana Cycler here. He probably might have a 1-mana Cycler though. And if I guess with a 1-mana Cycler he's still fine. I don't know. This is not good. I guess he's gonna take it. Wow, he's just gonna take it? Yeah, I guess this game is ours. How much mana is this? Should be lethal here. Okay, so we got this game. And if he cycles twice, he's not going to win. Good game, opponent. Have to play our Mythic Uncommon here to a sealed deal. Okay, there we go. Zenith Flare again, sealing another 7 victory. This time we killed a Vivian. And this video is a little bit shorter than usual. Okay, well, that's pretty nice. Let's add this to our inventory. Let's go over this dumb deck and how we managed to get essentially 7 wins. Basically, if you're drafting the cycling deck, just a bunch of 1-mana cyclers are always a priority. Of course, 2-mana cyclers are fine, but you prefer the 1-mana cyclers overall. And we didn't have that many 1-mana cyclers. I mean, we did have a couple, but mostly our deck was mostly 2-mana cyclers. And then you just draft the payoffs. Maybe go 13, 12. If you're crazy enough, maybe you go 11 lands, but I usually like my mark around 12, 13, 14 if I have too much 2-mana cyclers, but in this deck, I think 12 was fine with all these cyclers. That was fine casting. It would have been right to maybe even cut a 2-mana cycler and put in an extra land, but you also had to keep your curve in consideration. Like, if your curve stops at 3, it's not really a big deal to have the extra land. But overall, yeah, very stupid draft, and that's how you win the Ikoria drafts. Basically, just draft a stupid cycling deck. Let's claim the prize, and pack one, pick one. Let's pretend this is another draft. Let's just take the Trampling Gnar, why not? Good card for the blue-green mutate deck, and in any green mutate deck in general. And Capture Sphere versus Duskfang Mentor. These are both close. I do like them both. Duskfang is better than like black-green, where you can like give a large creature lifelink counter and start clocking them. It's pretty decent if you're playing in a deck with lots of boot nippers to enhance them. Usually the best mentor is a Wingspan Mentor, since it can get flying. The Mentors can be a bit of a whiff if you don't put it in the right creature. In this case, the Duskfang Mentor is better on like a creature with high power and high toughness, since it can survive attacks and just claw their way back up. So, I mean, maybe Duskfang Mentor since it has higher upside, but Capture Sphere is also close. I mean, Pacifism is also very good in the cycling deck. But yep, there you go, another boring cycling Ikoria draft. Hopefully, if I upload another Ikoria draft, we don't do another cycling deck. But that's what happens when you open up Zenith Flare. So in the meantime, have a great day, and take care.